year. We had to leave for school at 8. I needed half an hour to get ready, and that's what I gave myself. I get up at 7:30 in a panic to get ready and leave on time, and basically still be asleep when I got to school. Now fast forward to senior year. Unless my mom takes my brother to school early, we still leave by 8. But now I can fit in Bible devotionals, my skincare routine, a good breakfast, and a workout all before I get to school. So what changed? Obviously I had to get up earlier, but I wasn't the same morning girl I used to be. When I was little, I used to want to get up at 5 or 4 in the morning because it felt like sleep was a waste of time. Over time, obviously, I started enjoying sleep a little bit more, and I fell into these habits of just sleeping the most that I could and not setting myself up for the day right. But now it's become part of my routine, and that's enabled me to do it consistently. So if you're trying to start waking up earlier to have a more productive morning, these are my tips for how to become a morning person. Tip number 1 is to plan your morning the night before. I shared this in my healthy habits video too, but it's just been so dang helpful for me. This makes everything so much more manageable. Like, it's not this big idea of what I have to do. I know exactly what I'm doing it, when I'm doing it, and it's just a reminder to me why to get up, because sometimes I'll talk myself out of getting up. Tip number 2 is to wear something cozy to bed. Now, okay, I'm not out here trying to tell you to wear socks to bed. I'm just telling you that's what I have to do. I have the worst circulation, and if I don't wear socks to bed when it's cold, I don't sleep. It's too cold. Now, I know for some people it's better for them to sleep in a cold room. I'm sure there's like health benefits to that. So for sure, if you're having trouble falling asleep, then set the room whatever temperature you need it to be. But for me, I don't have any trouble falling asleep. It's the getting up part that's sometimes hard. So wearing something that's warm and cozy helps me get up out of my warm and cozy bed. Especially if I feel overheated, then I just want to get out of bed. Tip number 3 is to set your alarm across the room. It just forces you to get up, and you can tell yourself to stand up, to stay standing, and start your day. Sometimes you get into that and you get too used to it and it doesn't work anymore. You just want to go back to bed. For me, I know I walk back to bed even after getting up, but just try it. See if it works for you. If it doesn't, you can put it farther and farther away. Sometimes I put it like on the ground, so I have to reach over, and then I wake up a little more doing that. Whatever works for you. Tip number 4 is, if you need to, set multiple alarms and set them close to each other. If you're like me and you don't trust yourself, you can set them a minute apart each. So then when I wake up, I get over there and I realize, shoot, I only have like 40 seconds left until my next alarm goes off. Then it just makes me think, okay, it's not worth it, I'll get up. I really have to trick myself in the mornings, but just do it in the beginning until you're used to it, and then hopefully it'll become a habit. I noticed it becoming a habit for me right before winter break started, and then with winter break, I was still getting up early, but not as early, so I have to retrain myself. Tip number 5 is to always have water next to you. Not just for like in the middle of the night when you're super thirsty and you need a drink, because that's helpful too. But for me, I like drinking it first thing in the morning. I don't drink a lot, just a little, and it helps me wake up a bit. Plus, sometimes it makes me have to pee, and then I have to get up, go to the bathroom anyways, so then I'm up. Tip number 6 is to start your day with something easy. This is essential in like the planning part, because then when you wake up and you're thinking about everything you have to do, first my advice would be to talk to God. That's what I really try to do. I'm not good about saying good morning to him every morning, but next, as you're thinking about everything you have to do, you won't be anxious thinking about, oh, this hard thing, I just don't want to do it, I'll just stay in bed. You'll be thinking, oh, I can do that, and then the next thing comes when you're more awake. I find myself waking up more and more with each thing I do in the mornings. So for me, this is washing my face, doing my skincare routine, and listening to devotionals on the Bible app, which I look forward to. And tip number 7 is to plan something that you look forward to. Honestly, everything in my morning routine is a want to, not a have to. If it was a have to, then I don't think I'd want to get up in the morning. So this can be a workout to make you feel that like good exhausted, like, oh, I got something done this morning. This can be a walk so that you get some fresh air. You can even get up and get your work done early. You'll just feel extra productive if you like work from home, or you can go into the office whenever. Just getting it done early on. I've learned that not procrastinating makes me feel so productive, and I tend to get more done. I am a morning person by nature. Like, I'm not an early morning person naturally. That's more of a habit that I built, but I know I do my best work in the morning. Tip number 9 is to have a reason to get up early and remind yourself of it. Don't just do it because other people are doing it and telling you it's the right thing to do. It might not be right for you. Your reasons could be so you have free time to hang out with people in the afternoon, or just to feel more energized or more productive. Maybe you're like me and you do your best work in the mornings and you just want to take advantage of that time. Whatever it is, this helps you sustain that and gives you your motivation for waking up early. On those cold, rainy mornings when you're like, oh, I would really rather stay in bed right now, you can remind yourself, okay, but when I don't do this, how do I feel? For me, if I don't get up and have my breakfast and have my workout in the morning, I feel very, very groggy the rest of the day. Even if I get a workout in the afternoon, it's just not as high quality, I don't enjoy it as much, and I'm not mad at myself, but I'm wishing that I had done it in the morning. But again, this is also a really good time to like examine why you're doing it. Are you just doing it because I'm telling you to, or because anyone else is telling you to? Because then you don't have to. If you are such a night owl that you get all your best work done in the evening. Let's say you get your workouts done in the evening. Maybe that's just your most productive time. Stick with that. Honestly, as long as you get enough sleep, that's probably a tip I should have put in there. I felt like I would be a hypocrite saying that because I don't get enough sleep. But as long as you're getting enough sleep and you're not just staying up super late and then waking up, you know, when you have to get up for work, then that works for you. I just love having a morning routine that sets me up for the rest of the day. So there you go. These are my practical tips on how I turn myself into a morning person. I also have my healthy habits video that I posted a couple weeks ago, and that is all of my healthy habits. There's a lot of similar ones, but this is just for how to get up and stay up. That one is more about how to have your best life. I'll link that in the description below in case you want to watch that. But anyways, I just wanted to share this with you because I found a routine that works for me, and these habits have been so helpful for me. Like before, I would just make up a morning routine, maybe find it online, and I couldn't keep it up for more than a week. Or I'd get up early and then I'd think, oh, I'm losing too much sleep, I'll just start over. But trust me on this, it's not easy to wake up early the first little bit if you're not used to it. If you make it a habit, it'll get easier and easier, I promise you. Obviously, do what works for you. If you don't have a schedule that allows you to be a morning person, like I know I have a friend who has to drive an hour to school every morning, and school starts same time for her, so this is definitely not practical for her. And there's my neighbor that leaves at 5:30 in the morning to go to work. They probably could not make this work, but for them, it might be something like getting up early to have some time with Jesus, have your Bible time, or even just a little stretching. Whatever it is, just giving yourself more than half an hour to leave. Or if you only take like 2 minutes to get ready, then give yourself half an hour. Like I'm saying, like it's what works for you. I never want to generalize because I know everybody has a different story right now. And also, big disclaimer, I am not perfect on this. Literally this morning, I set my alarm for 5:30 and got up at 6:30. I got up every single minute, went up and turned my alarm off, and then went back to bed for an hour. So I'm not a professional on this. I don't think anybody is. I think we all mess up some mornings. And like I said, I'm still getting back into the habit after winter break. I just want to give you my general habits that you can find a way to implement into your life, and I really hope you find it helpful. Thank you so much for watching. Go have an amazing day, and remember that Jesus loves you.